Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about rookie mistakes. So let's get into it. So the question in question was, hi Frederick, have you ever made what you consider a rookie mistake? Oh, so many. Holy shit, I've made many. So many. Because, like, I don't know why you even asked this. Like, just FYI, guys, I wasn't born with my knowledge of programming. It took a lot of years and a lot of rookie mistakes and practice and stuff like that to get the skills I have today. And I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna continue doing rookie mistake depending on what we're talking about now, right? Like, holy shit, I've made so many. Uh, if we're just gonna pick one or something like that, I think I will give you the one that I have reflected the most about because it was probably the biggest rookie mistake. Well, it's not the. Again, it's not. It's hard to determine, right? Because I've had so many that I feel are pretty severe rookie mistake. But I'll pick one that is one of my favorites to tell people when, because it is the main reason I think that well, I'm not gonna say it was the whole story, but I'm pretty sure that the outcome of that made me sort of give a lot of put a lot of gasoline on the fire for getting fired at my first job because of that one. So to make a long story short, basically what I was working at, it was my first company, and I had in this case it was front end development, and we had been working on this application features. There was a new release basically, and as you can imagine, I'm a scared little junior. I'm absolute worthless at absolutely everything, and there's a lot of pressure, stuff like that, right? And so I worked for around 2 weeks ish on a set of new features and stuff like that. Now, it's relevant to the story to know that I had written a bunch of unit tests for the code that I had written as well. The thing I had forgotten to do was to use Git properly and synchronize and basically merge as I was working over those 2 weeks. Now I'm pretty sure that you're probably gonna guess what happens. So after 2 weeks of work, I'm gonna commit for the first time and merge. And I am a fresh like graduate type of developer. My first project, I didn't know Git for shit, and I do something wrong, and I try to like merge it in some way, and then I get really anxious and nervous, and then because I panic, and I start looking at Stack Overflow stuff, and I do the thing we shouldn't be doing, which is that we take an answer that we don't really fully understand what it's doing from Stack Overflow, and then we apply it. And in this case, some dude somewhere had said that, well, if you run this rebase command, then it's all good. So I run that, and now my commit with 2 weeks of work is gone. And I am pretty sure that yeah, this is it for me now. Like this, yeah, there's no way to come back from this, right? Now, for you guys who may be masters of Git or so forth, and even me today, know that if you have made a mistake or something that has happened locally, well, then you don't have to panic when the commit is gone, because usually you have something called a reflog, which is git reflog, that command, and you can go and look at like basically your history of actions or like saves and commits and stuff like that, and you can usually get back the work that you lost if you make an incorrect rebase or something like that. I didn't know that. So after panicking basically and like having stomach aches and stuff like that, I basically bite the bullet, and then I go and tell my coworkers that I'm gonna need some more time because I made a mistake and I need to like fix it and so forth and so forth. Now, luckily enough for me, I had committed a bunch of unit tests to the code, so I lost my code, but I didn't lose the tests. And so thanks to that, I had a bunch of non-working code test code that references code and components and stuff like that. This was an Angular application, so the tests are there, but the components that I made were not, which meant that now I can at least make sure that I get back, I have enough tests to sort of remember all the things I did over those 2 weeks, because the tests are going to validate for me, in this case, like what features and things I've tested on the various UI components that I had created. That's one of those things that I've been pitching in my videos about testing and stuff like that, that if you write your test, in my opinion at the very least, correctly, then the tests should be the all you need basically to know what component you need to build in order to satisfy the conditions of all the tests, because the tests themselves should act as a it should act as a contract. These are the things that your component or your function or your API or so forth are supposed to be doing, not how they work, but rather what they are supposed to do. That's the thing I had even at that time, because I put a lot of effort into learning a lot from test-driven development and stuff like that, Kent Beck's books and stuff like that. So I felt that I had at least done that part right. But that would be probably my biggest rookie mistake, at least the first major one that I can remember. So what I want you to take away from this is that I have definitely made rookie mistakes. So many rookie mistakes, I promise you. And this one was probably one of those situations where literally if I had known what I know today, I wouldn't even have blinked an eye. I mean, I probably wouldn't even have made the mistake in the first place, but I would at least not have redone 2 weeks of work again, just because I didn't understand how to use the tool that I actually was using. And this is just one, guys, of so many rookie mistakes. And I mean, even today I make rookie mistakes where, like, I forget things and so forth, because software development is sort of complicated. And my tip to you, that something that I try to master to the best of my abilities, is to learn how to do what I call meta thinking. Learn your own mistakes, learn what you're a bit unsure about and things that you usually forget and stuff like that, and try to, in my case, it's very easy. I try to make a little checklist for myself before I ship something or I do something, so I make sure that I do a few things that is going to safeguard me from myself when I do something bad. It's a little bit like, you know how you're not supposed to always use your master account for cloud resources and stuff like that. You're supposed to have a dedicated safe setup that makes it impossible for you to delete the production database or something like that by mistake. I do the same thing. So to give an example here, if I'm unsure about a git command I'm going to run or something like that, every single time I copy paste the folder and make an extra copy just in case. It's the same thing I do with other things in my code and so forth, so that I know that if I do make a mistake, I can always recover from that mistake. And that is different for every person. Every person is different here. So it's important for you to think, at IRU, think a little bit about it. Learn yourself. How do I save myself from myself? Have a great day.